104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports, and you will hear the coaches show here on 104.5 The Team, but you will hear the Albany Empire games down the hall at our sister station, Alt 105.7. Joining us right now, the first two members of the Empire, Wade Hansen, Jordan Canzeri with us. Now, Jordan, I kind of know the adjustments Jordan's going to go through. Let's start with Wade real quick. Wade, as a lineman, have they talked to you like what's going to be different from what you've been doing as to what you're going to have to do for the Arena Football League? Well,
with the Arena Football League, you have a center, obviously, and a guard, and then a tight end. Somebody that declares eligibility every play. So there's going to be, some man assignments, some slide protections, and stuff like that. So it's very similar to what we've done or what I've done over the past 5 years, 6 years, and it's just going to be reduced two guys, and I think that'll be just fine.
I joked a little bit about on the air yesterday that it's going to be such high tempo, like a blur offense. I remember the days in Division III offensive line, they had big bite night where you had like pizza and chicken wings could hang out. I feel like they're going to have you running a lot. Like conditioning might be the difference. Is that something they told you, or?
They certainly want us to have great physical condition. It's going to be fast paced, and that's something that Coach Keef has talked about. Everybody's got to be in shape, man. I mean, it's a long game when you're running and sprinting all over the place.
Who gets the first touchdown, you or Jordan?
I don't know.
Jordan Canzeri standing right here as well. Of course, Jordan, you probably have the biggest change. You went from RB to WR. Like, are you be lining up out in the wide receiver zone, or you get to line up back in the running back spot? Where are you going to be?
I'd be out as a wide receiver, and the one thing that I said to the coaches, and I was just honest with them, was when we did the tryouts the first day, and then when I came back the second day, they asked me, they're just like, hey, well, how do you think you did? And I was like, well, I mean, with the competition, I felt that I did great. There's things that I know I need to work on, but that's the beauty of it, that this was my first time playing pure receiver, like competing as a pure receiver. So whatever you saw that I did here at camp, I'm only going to get better. At the tryouts, I'm only going to get better, and I've just been working on it and making sure that my routes became more consistent and stuff like that. So just making sure that when I come into camp, I can show them that even though I was a running back, I'm the closest thing to a slot receiver too.
And I don't even know if you can really call some of your teammates you had at Iowa or other spots before, because it's such a different way to play wide receiver, right? Like the arena football style and what you saw in the Big Ten. Is there anybody you can lean on besides your coach and say, like, man, how do you do this? How do you beat a guy one-on-one?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that's a big difference is, it's more speed cuts, and adjusting routes. Like if you're pushing depth, but you see that they're already dropping, then you might cut your route a little shorter, just to get the ball out quicker. And I would just say too, the great thing for someone like me is, I'm a guy that might be put in the position most of the time, getting that head start running up to the line of scrimmage. So being able to be at full speed right when they hike the ball, that's going to be a good advantage.
We got Wade Hansen, Jordan Canzeri with us right now, the first two members of the Albany Empire. Who was the first call you made, Wade? Who was as soon as you found out it was official you were in, who was the first call?
Well, my mom went to the signing and stuff like that, so that was the biggest thing, is to have my mom there. I let my dad know, shot him a text. He was in meetings and stuff yesterday, so he couldn't come in. But everybody's getting the rundown. Because it kind of exploded on social media.
You say that again. We were all over here. There was like just so you guys know, there's we write articles, each one of us. And I looked as I'm starting to write, hey, Jordan and Wade made it. And I look, and there's 3 other people writing the exact same thing on the same station. So you guys were number one with us yesterday, hands down.
Yeah, people were yelling, come on, we wanted that article. No, we wanted that article. And just back to Levack's question there, like who you called after. But the whole process is something we said on the air yesterday. Just because you guys are local, it's not as if they said, well, we'll give the 2 local guys a spot. They don't have the chance to afford spots being given up. Like, take us through the process of what it was like, the tryouts, and then finally getting the call that, hey, I'm going to be playing professional football at the arena football level.
Well, Wade was getting on me because, I was almost seeming that I was being negative, but I was just almost expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. And so training, even after tryouts, even though I got good times in the drills and running the routes and competition, everything, and doing well in both of the days, I still was just telling myself, I was like, and obviously I hope for it, but I'm not gonna tell myself until I hear it. And even training and stuff, getting ready for it, everyone's like, dude, you're a local guy. You and Wade will definitely be on the team together. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome, obviously. But again, I'm not gonna, believe that. I'm gonna work for it, but I'm not gonna really tell myself until it comes. But then I kept, ramming in his head. I'm like, oh, well, you definitely will. I mean, who wouldn't pick him? But I mean, yeah. And then as soon as I got the call, he's like, dude, how do you feel, man? It's exciting. I was like, it still feels a little surreal, but let me wait till I actually sign the piece of paper and make sure that they're not messing with me. And, but yeah, it was just a great experience. And when Coach Keef first called me, I just drove to my parents' house, and my dad just sitting there on the computer, and I just walked by him reading a magazine. I was like, yeah, Coach called me, I made the team. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, Coach called me, I made it. Like, I just was messing with him. He's like, wait, what? Started freaking out. He's like, oh, good, that's awesome. And so just messing with him over it. But yeah, it was great to be there yesterday with Wade and be the first guys to sign and everything, just making history. And couldn't do it with a better guy.
Wade Hansen, Jordan Canzeri. You guys are both like Wade. You can tell Wade gets a little louder here and there. Like he's a little more over the top than Jordan. How do you two put up with Coach Keef? I mean, that guy looks like he's where caffeine comes from.
Oh, he's a spitfire, and you know what? And that's in the best sense possible. Because in a league where you have to have this high energy all the time, I mean, he's made for it. Right. What I mean? He's ready to go, especially even during the tryouts. He was kind of doing the warm-up with us and got to look like he was about to run some drills. He was getting fired up, all warmed up and everything.
I was going to say, you guys are smiling now. Wait till he gets you in full drills.
Yeah, right? Now take us through your schedule leading up to kickoff. What are the next 2-3 weeks like for you two?
Well, practice officially begin on Monday. Tomorrow is going to be Thursday is going to be report day. Friday we're going to get to do some equipment issue and kind of get the playbook and get the idea of what's going on. But because it was so last minute with all the signings and the CBA and stuff like that, they're kind of understanding that it's going to take a few days to get everybody here. You know what I mean? Right. It's with everything that just happened so quickly, there is some leeway, but we're going to go. Monday is going to be helmets, and Wednesday is going to be full pads.
Getting it started, the Albany Empire about to get underway. You guys being the local guys, when everybody gets here, what's going to be like your first advice? Like, all right, we got to go eat where? We got to do what? Are you giving advice to guys, or are you just going to lay low?
I mean, if they ask us, but I would just say pretty much like just talking to the guys and telling them, we'll just give them the positives about the area. Tell them what's good to eat and everything, but just say like, hey, like, glad you're here, glad you're a part of the team, and let's get this W for our city because we have a lot of pride being from here. So just to make some teammates from all over and guys who are veterans already with experience, it's just excited to be able to be a part of that and everything. So we already know, and looking at the roster, some guys we already signed, and Wade looked some guys up. I did too, and we got a great roster so far, and I know the coaches did an awesome job with it, and so. Just can't be anything but excited for the first day.
No QB announced yet. You guys a little nervous about that, or?
No, not at all.
No. It's like, just stand behind me and don't leave. I got you.
No matter who's behind me, I'm going to make sure they don't get hit. So.
I love it, man. Wade Hansen, Jordan Canzeri, local guys who get to play for the Empire, the first two members of the Empire. We appreciate you guys making time, and the door is open. And I don't want to give anything away, but there's a chance that we're going to be bothering you a lot more than you realize in the not too distant future.
It's all right. You're not that annoying. I like it.
Notice he didn't say it to you guys. Yeah. Jordan's like, you guys are annoying.
Sounds good to us.